Morning, day 39. Left Daleville this morning. We just crossed under I-81. The traffic noise is fading from that. And I can hear the stream and the birds a little bit. Just out of Daleville. Had a number of road crossings this morning and just some easy travel. Daleville was really nice. The southern people of Virginia, just, you know, the accent just makes me smile. It's really thick. They're very, for the most part, they're extremely friendly. Just, you know, go somewhere and some old guy will just pick up a conversation with you. Someone will talk to you about a restaurant. I got some new trekking poles. The mismatched poles were working great, but the aluminum one was wearing down and just time for something different. I've been thinking about some new ones, so I got those. But as I was walking back to the hotel after getting them from the outfitter, just some guy stops and says, "Hey, want to ride?" And because you guys walk enough, and gave me a ride to the hotel. It wasn't that far, but just really kind, nice. So it's that type of thing that I really appreciate, and got to see a few other hikers that had been hiking around. Good stop, feel rested, got some extra food. All right, I got my hands full of stuff. I just met up with Trail Angel, giving out some Trail Magic Cherokee Rose, a sweet old lady who's part of the Rona Trail Club, and they maintain a lot of the trails around here. I just told her what a great job I think the condition these trails are in, that the trail teams do such good work. But I got a couple oranges in my hand. I just ate a couple slices of bread. I had a banana. Got that Dr. Pepper. Sorry, get distracted by anything I hear in the bushes, and it was a squirrel. But really nice. So a little extra fuel and just walking on the ridge. Right now the trail's really good. Just day's going well. So see how far I get tonight, this evening, and I'll show you some shots of where I'm at. Passing through these all day. This is where was one like this, where the Trail Magic was given. The trail is right ahead here. Well, it's the end of the day here, long day, and oh man, what a beautiful day. Just really enjoyed it. It's coming down the ridge about 10 minutes ago, and it opened up onto the ridge I'm hiking on, and just I could see it, and it was just green and lush, and just put a smile on my face and a little emotional. My brother Dave had texted me and said he wanted to come out and hike, and thought that'd be really cool to hike with him and maybe my nephew Ryan. And one of the things he said was, you know, I don't want to slow you down. I thought, oh, don't be ridiculous. Of course you're going to slow me down, but it'd be awesome to hike with you, spend some time and just connect. Anyway, I'm cooking up a plan here. So if it comes to pass and I execute it, I will let you know tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll show you the campsite. So my plan halfway through the day was to hike a little further and get to Middle Creek Campground, which this is it, and get a burger at that little store. So I actually was able to pull it off, so that's cool. Day 40, just coming out of Middle Creek Campground and seeing what the day has. Alright, as I'm working my way up this hill, I'll catch up on yesterday. So one of my prior videos I used the word campground to describe my campsite, but last night was an actual campground, RVs, camp store, grill, all that stuff. About halfway through the day yesterday, I thought if I really went a little further, I could get there in time, and they have pickups. They would shuttle you to the campground and back in the morning. So I thought grabbing a burger was going to be worth it. It was. The grill closed at 6:30, and that's what time I was getting picked up. But when I called them, they just said, "Tell us what you want and we'll cook it up." So it was all waiting for me and ready, and got to meet a few more hikers there. It was just really nice. My brother Cal said you got to stop and smell the roses. Not sure about smelling the roses, but I did stop for breakfast. There was a shuttle opportunity before breakfast or after. So I waited, had a really good breakfast, and then out on the trail today. The new sticks, the trekking poles, work great. They're pretty well balanced. You can spin them just like the other ones. The air guitar is not quite as good, but pretty close. But the more important thing is the handles. I like the cork. That's working out well. It's a different shape, but I'll get used to that. It's amazing how something little like that would matter. So happy about that, and I can use them for trail running afterwards. All right, I'll catch up later today. This is what my pack looks like. That food bag's usually in that back bag there. And my water bottles. This little creek over here, so what I'm gonna do is eat some crackers, fill up on water, and hike on. Yeah. At the risk of dropping my phone in the water. I got a few questions. It's probably a good time to address them. Jason, friend, asked about, let's see, stove or jet boil. Stove. I have a really light little, it's like a 1 ounce titanium stove. It works good. It's not as efficient as a jet boil, but it's way lighter. The whole kit and everything is just serves my purposes, and I only heat once a day. At the end of the day, I'll boil water for freeze-dried meals. Just the having food at the end of the day with some more calories and some protein has been very helpful just for my recovery and my sleep. Yes, about trekking poles. I use trekking poles most of the day. I carry them a lot. I twirl them in my hands and play guitar. And if I come to a road walk or near a town, I pack them up and put them away. It's just easier for me to walk on a smooth surface without them. But I need them for my tent. It's a non-freestanding tent. Shoes are the Hoka Speed Goats. I'm another few hundred miles into my new ones, my second pair, and the exact same wear pattern as the other. So one, there is no, the support system in the shoe, it hasn't broken down at all, meaning they're not falling inward at all, which is really important because that can kill your shins, or it has mine. And they have done that. Some of those have done that in the past, and they're working great like that. The heel cup in the top is wearing out the same way. I feel it more on my left foot. It's wearing more out on my right foot, which makes sense. Gets a little sand and gravel in there and just grinds up the back of my where my Achilles is. It gets all rough. Not a big deal. And it's a sleeping bag or a sleeping quilt. I use a Quilt, meaning it just sort of lays over me. I can tuck it under me. There are some straps that I haven't used until this trip, and the straps make all the difference in the world. You know, I used it for 8 years without the straps, and I should have. I sleep so well in that. I am thinking about switching. It's a 20-degree quilt with the extra stuffing. I'm thinking about going to a 40-degree. I need to talk to Bill, a friend who's in Rich, who's hiked the AT, and just generally ask him about it. And then my brother commented about the bear ran away because it smelled me twice. People have commented how good I smell, which is amazing because sometimes I've gotten a whiff of myself and think, oh man, that's rough. All right. Morning, day 41. Day 41. I got less than 8 miles into Glasgow, where there's a hostel there, Stanimal, and I got a resupply box there, so I'm going to pick that up and just see. I might stay there. Depends on how things go, so we'll see. I'll show you a little more where I'm walking as I get there, and how the day goes. It was a good night's sleep, really good camp spot. A few other people showed up that I had met earlier. All right. It's the James River. All right, so I headed back out from Stanimals. I was going to pick up a resupply box there, but they didn't have it. So I got something to eat at the restaurant, went to the store and bought a few days worth of food, and then heading out. It's just not my thing staying at a hostel. So happy to be back out hiking. It's a little later in the day than I'd like, but you know, you're at the mercy of other things. So I got a few hours of daylight. I'll hike as far as I can and then set up camp. Show you where I'm hiking, and then that'll probably be it. I might get a shot of camp. I think I'm near the top. It's a little after 8. I just set up. A little bit of climbing. Hike's pretty good. It's amazing what a calzone will do. But I'm about to cook dinner, so I'm going to get that going. Already got cleaned up and all set for tomorrow. It's actually a pretty good day today. Good morning, day 42. Just cruising through the woods here. Good night's sleep and just looking like I'm ready to lay down some miles today and tomorrow. I realized I'm a day ahead of my schedule, so coming home for the wedding, I'm gonna need to make some arrangements or hang out somewhere, so I'll probably try and just get home early. And it looks like I'm crossing the 800-mile mark right here in pine cones. Down there is some water by the rock. And this is my campsite. Right by the door is my dinner rehydrating. So I'm about to climb in and just stay off my feet and relax. Talk tomorrow. Day 43. All right, just getting rolling here this morning. The sun's out, looks like a clear sky. The birds are warbling. It's just a pleasant morning. Just gonna sort of walk and see what the trail has in store for me. I'll show you what's anything good that's happening today and check in later. Little surprise water source. I gotta cool my feet. I'm closing in on camp here. I just loaded up with water and there's a couple possible sites coming up here. So I will check those out. Today was a full day. I just went through a rock obstacle course, it seemed like. Probably just because I'm at the end of the day. Fair amount of climbing today, which sort of is every day is a fair amount of climbing. And then what goes up must come down, so a lot of descent. Don't mind the up as much as I do going down. Anyway, it was a nice day, quiet day. Just sort of took it easy and made fairly good time. Tomorrow I will get into Rockfish Gap and I'll sort of talk about the logistics on that tomorrow. All right, I'm out for today. Good morning. Day 44. Catching spider webs this morning on the trail. Whenever you go in the morning, if you're the first one on there, you clear the trail of them. It's rather uncomfortable. Okay, I'm going to show you this, then I'll give you an update. All right, a couple miles out from Rockfish Gap. knocked out those miles, feeling pretty good, despite having a little fatigue in my legs over the last few days. I will catch up with you when I get back on the trail in less than 2 weeks, and I'll check in then. Thanks.